So I wrote down 4 things that any agent can do to take a listing that requires zero knowledge, zero skill. It doesn't matter how much experience you have. These are little things that go a long way. And each of these items that I share with you are things that sellers have said to me that are the reason they chose to hire me as their agent. So there isn't anything I share on this channel that I haven't done personally or haven't benefited from personally. I want to share what has worked for me so you can go ahead and apply it to you and your business. Before I get into it, if the video is helpful, give me a subscribe. That is the only way that I know if the information I'm sharing is helpful or not. And don't be shy if you have questions. Feel free to text, email, call. I'm always happy to talk people who are watching these videos and help if I can. So let's get right into it. The first thing I wrote down is be on time. The 2 biggest complaints that the general public have about real estate agents, number 1 is they're not on time, and number 2 is lack of communication, right? So we can take care of that first one right off the bat. If we show up to the appointment on time or even 5 minutes early, you have separated yourself from the competition, believe it or not, as simple as that sounds. And a lot of people make their decision on real estate agent on that first impression before you even say anything. And if you show up on time, you have checked a box and put yourself ahead of a lot of the competition. I have literally had sellers tell me multiple times, you know what? We interviewed a bunch of agents. You all kind of sounded the same, but you were here on time. And we appreciate that. We respect that. We want to go with you. Okay? Requires zero skill, zero knowledge. Number 2, professionally dressed. I have absolutely, on multiple occasions, had sellers tell me, you know, all of you were close, but you're the only one that showed up in a suit. We're going to hire you. Great. That's great news. I wear a suit to every listing appointment. Sometimes tie, sometimes no tie. Men or women, professional business attire, professionally groomed. It shows you care. It shows you take what you do seriously. Again, first impressions are huge. When you walk up to that door and you're professionally dressed and you are on time, you have almost won before you even said anything. The presentation itself is not as important as some of these little factors that people are thinking about subconsciously. Number 3, smile. Have enthusiasm. No one wants to work with an agent that is monotone and doesn't seem to enjoy what they're doing. You have to sell them on you. A smile is a choice. Anybody, no matter how you're feeling that day, no matter what's happening in your life, if you go to work, you go on that presentation, you can have a big smile on your face when you open the door. So now you're on time, you're dressed professionally, and you have a great big smile on your face when you go to talk to them. As soon as they open that door, they can't help but feel that. And that can't help but put you ahead of the competition. Again, this is if you could have literally never sold a home. But if you did these 3 things before they open the door, that first glance they look at you, you have a huge advantage. I hear so many stories about agents who are concerned about investing money in this and that. They don't have the money. When I first started, I went to the local Marshalls. I bought 1 white shirt. I bought 1 navy blue suit. Discount, cheap as I can find. I bought 5 different ties, 1 for each day of the week. I said to myself, if I have a listing appointment every day of the week, I can come in with a different tie and outfit on. Same white shirt, same blue suit, but I would switch the tie every day. Right? The ties were like, again, Marshalls, discount, $5 ties, cheap $20 shirts, and a $80 suit at the time. Right? That was my investment. It wasn't a lot of money. It wasn't anything fancy, but now I could show up in professional attire every day when I had a listing appointment. And if we're being real, I didn't have a listing appointment every day. I was happy to go on, a couple a week. And I was more than prepared for that with that 1 navy blue suit and 1 white shirt. So it doesn't break the bank. It's literally a personal choice to do any of those 3 items. And the last one, number 4, I know almost everyone is going to say, oh, I always do that. It's tell the truth. Tell the truth on price. It can be very easy when you're competing against other agents to promise the seller you can get them more money. The two defaults agents think they have to do to create value. One, they tell the seller they can get them more money. Two, they tell the seller they'll reduce their commission. They think they're showing value that way. Do you really want to show value? Then tell the truth. Because the other agents are dropping and going higher on the price. And listen, the sellers are not stupid. They can see the comp you're showing them has square feet that's 30% higher than their home, and that's why it's sold high, right? I can't tell you how many times a seller has picked me, not because I told them the highest price. They actually told me I had the lowest price, but it made sense the way I presented it. And they didn't want their home sitting on the market overpriced for a long time. So these are things that it doesn't matter how many homes you've sold, doesn't matter how much money you have. Anyone can make these 4 simple choices on every listing appointment. And if you do those 4 things, regardless of everything else, you're going to put yourself in a great position to win every time.